My name is Ricky Anderson, and today I'll be talking to you about how volunteering can benefit you. All right. First off, you have different types of ways you can volunteer. You can volunteer with your children, which is at local daycares or your local Boys and Girls Club. We have the homeless people where you can do soup kitchens and give them food out on the weekends or the weekdays. You have the elderly where you can work in um, elderly homes that they reside in, just helping them, just to help them around and help them get around. You also have the disabled, which you can go to their houses and help the disabled move from day to day and help them with their daily activities. You also have environmental, which is a way you can volunteer, just basically just cleaning up the environment, making sure everything is good. And you also have your international and abroad, which is going to different countries and seeing everything that's done and just seeing which way you can help. Next is everybody's going to talk about volunteering. They're going to talk about the benefits, but to know how it can help you, you also need to know how some people see it as a downfall, which I don't. But here's things that some people would say to try and persuade you to say that volunteering isn't worth your time. Because when you volunteer, you don't necessarily earn a salary or earn money. You could be doing something better with your time. You could be going out, hanging out with your friends, doing your homework, things like that. Volunteering can also not be a free thing in other countries or low economic countries. It can also be something that you'd have to pay for just to be able to volunteer and have the volunteering experience, which can also draw people back. But today, when I talk about volunteering, I'm going to talk about the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is one of the more profound and known clubs for young men and women. This is an organization that provides what they call a safe haven for kids that can just have fun, stay out of trouble, and be able to learn. This organization was established in 1860 in Kentucky by three women named Mary Goodwin, Alice Goodwin, and Elizabeth Hammersley. They believed that boys who roam the streets should have a positive alternative instead of turning to drugs and alcohol and ruining their life through things such as that. At the first, the Boys and Girls Club was not always named the Boys and Girls Club. It was named the Federated Boys Club, which was only for boys, which started in Boston in 1931. It was then changed to the Boys Club of America, and finally changed to what we know now as the Boys and Girls Club of America in 1990. The headquarters is now located in Atlanta, Georgia, and their mission is to now enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. Now, the benefits that you can have from volunteering. Volunteering can not only make an impact on your own life as you're able to see everything else that goes on in a child's life, it can also make an impact on a child's life. You may never know what you can do by spending 5 minutes with a child and playing a game with them. You can also have a chance to relive some of your childhood moments, such as playing a game of kickball or helping the kids with their arts and crafts. And it can help you. It can provide a sense of happiness for you because of the fact that you're doing something that you haven't done in years. Volunteering is also something that looks great on the job application. So if you would go and say, in our example today, that you volunteer with the Boys and Girls Club, and now you want to be an elementary school teacher, now you have background from being an elementary school teacher that you're able to now say, I was a volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club, so I have a sense of what I'm doing. I have a sense of how I could help young teenagers and children. All right. Also, other benefits that you have is by volunteering, you can connect with other organizations. So the Boys and Girls Club is just one organization that's a nationwide organization. You can also come into being with your local company, with your local clubs and companies for teenagers and girls, but not only just the companies for teenagers and girls. You can also grow up connections such as, say, sports connections. If you have kids that like to do sports, or a sports company wants to sponsor you, you now have that connection because you were able to volunteer with these kids and be able to go out and adventure yourself. Also, when volunteering, people don't see this as as a benefit, but it really is, because you're able to exercise by walking with the kids, running with the kids when you go on field trips, playing games with the kids, just chasing them around and doing simple things like that. Volunteering is also beneficial in helping you see other cultures and in between other cultures. One thing that most people don't get to look at is the lower economic part of the world, and they really overlook themselves for being that, oh, they have video games when other kids barely have a roof over their head. So that could be definitely something that could help develop the empathy and everything that you would gain from seeing those kids and being able to see how the kids live their day-to-day life. To conclude, basically volunteering is something that I feel like everybody should go into and everybody should look into, because it can benefit you in so many more ways than it can hurt you. So I feel like being able to volunteer and having that as an opportunity is a great thing.